Okay, story time, because if I were to have a villain origin story, this would be it. To set the scene, this happened in I think the 3rd or 4th grade. It just like made me so mad that it haunts me to this day. No, wait, scratch that. This was definitely a middle school story. This definitely happened in middle school. Mind you, I am now 22 years old. I just graduated college, and this still makes my blood boil. It pops into my brain like maybe once a month. So you know how in middle school you have homeroom classes? There was this girl in my class that I was kind of family friends with. We were friends and our parents knew each other through us, and then they became friends because she was like one of the only other Korean girls at my school. We'll call this girl Julia. Me and Julia were pretty tight at this point, and I wish nothing but the best for her. Like, I hope she's doing great. This is not her fault. We were also in this class with this girl who was basically just the fucking school bully, okay? Like, that's what she was known for. She was in our class. She was just mean to literally everyone. She also played probably every sport at our like feeder high school, so you just didn't mess with this bitch. Like, homegirl was jacked at 12 years old. So this day there was like a presentation in the cafeteria, and we had to go to it with our homeroom and sit with our homeroom, and it's like a lunch and learn type of deal. So they gave us lunch, we ate, and like listened to the speaker. Presentation goes great. Me and Julia are sitting together, we're chatting, eating, whatever, having a good time. After the presentation's over, the teachers are like, okay girls, like go to the bathroom together with the girls in your homeroom. We're all in the bathroom, like in line, waiting to use the stalls. So a stall basically opens up for me and Julia at the same time, and we both go to the bathroom in separate stalls, of course. I'm like, fuck me for being a fast pisser. Of course, I was conveniently done first, and I was standing right outside waiting for Julia to get done. And the school bully girl that I mentioned earlier kicks her stall door open, okay? And when it opens, guess who's standing right fucking there? Me. The girl who actually did it giggles and runs away, and she never even sees her. Like, she's nowhere to be found. Julia doesn't even speak to me. Like, she just walks away and thinks it was me. And it wasn't me. Like, I was literally just standing there waiting for her. So I go to the rest of my classes for the day. Like, I'm pissed off, like, all day. And I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm getting blamed for something that I didn't even do. And I'm just sitting there like, God, I cannot wait for school to be over so I can go home and rant to my mom about this. Like, I can't wait. I get home, and my mom is sitting there waiting for me with an email from Julia's mom pulled up about my actions. And of course, like, the second I get home, I'm like, Mom, please, that wasn't me. Like, I promise. I'm trying to tell her the full story. I'm like, that wasn't me. Like, please. And I don't know if my mom, like, believed me or her or what. She was, like, just mad that another mom emailed her about me, and that's why I got in trouble. Like, I still got in trouble for nothing. Like, hello? And that girl, like, never cared to hear me out. Like, we just beefed for the rest of middle school because I would always be like, hey, like, can we talk about it? Whatever. And she just beefed with me for the rest of school. And then I ended up going to a different middle school for 8th grade and then a different high school as her entirely. So we just, like, never spoke again. I have no idea where she's at now. And of course, like, I hope all is well with Julia. It's, like, not her fault, whatever. Like, I mean, if somebody opened my stall door when I was pissing, like, I'd probably be pretty upset too. I think for me, it was like the fact that I still got in trouble at home, like, really did it for me. Anyways, Julia, if you're watching this, that was not me. I would literally never do that to anybody, like, actually ever. So, okay, makeup is all done. I love you guys. Bye.
I finally got my high school diploma, so it's time for those story times. High school for me was some of the worst years of my life. So if you enjoyed your time in our high school, you probably contributed to my life being HE double hockey stick. But you know, we forgive and forget. There's some things that you just can't forget or forgive. So before I get into any crazy story times, let me tell you about my high school experience so this series all makes sense. Kendall, what's wrong? Your life looks so perfect. You look so happy. You post all happy things. Like, the amount of people that tell me my life is perfect, if you think that, we definitely are not actually friends. If I'm being so honest, I have a hard time remembering a night in 2 years that I haven't gone to bed crying myself to sleep. And I'm not trying to sound dramatic. I'm trying to talk about this in the most casual way possible. But yeah, like, I thought it was normal me not going to bed before 1, 2 in the morning every night for like 2 years was normal. And it's not because I had homework. It's not because I'd practiced late. Like, no, it generally was just because my brain would not shut off overthinking about every stupid thing about high school. People are mean and they're cliquey, and you really realize who your friends are when you start to have a hard time in life. Junior year hit me like a truck, and it wasn't because of all the academics I was doing. It was the buildup from sophomore year. No one talks about the trauma you endure in sophomore year. Also be some good story times, but you know, I thought I had the right friends figured out, but it turns out no one really notices when you start to go downhill. I did a lot of isolating my junior year. I quit the sport I wanted to go to college for. No one really even thought twice about that one. I mean, it all worked lucked out in the end because then I was going to college for soccer, but whatever. Like, the amount of pressure that people place on you or that you feel against yourself in high school that you're just supposed to, like, deal with. I vividly remember kind of close to the end of junior year, we were doing a segment in AP Lang about what made Maddie run. If you don't know the book, look it up. I can't talk about the topic on TikTok. I got halfway into the book and tried to get as far as I could in the unit without actually finishing the reading. And eventually I decided I would go and just talk to my teacher about it. Just ended up bawling my eyes out. She had to lock her kids out for like another 15 minutes. That was the next class. And she thought it was because I was mad at the girl in the book for doing what she did. But the sad part was that I related to it. And I honestly think that crushed her because in her class, the only thing I identified myself as was an athlete. That's all I thought I was all of high school. Until like my senior year, there's like so much I could say about my entire high school experience. But honestly, I feel like it started at a really young age. Because people see everything that I have, and it's really easy to make assumptions about me without actually talking to me. And unfortunately, that's how most of my high school went. I also made some really dumb choices that people ended up using against me, which will be another story time. I just want to say, just because someone looks like they have it all does not mean they do. I'm grateful for everything that I have, but I look at some of the people that I know spread horrible rumors about me that were not true at all. And I just don't understand. I was done dirty by so many people, but I don't think I've ever been someone to like start a rumor. I only tell the truth, but I never spread rumors because it would happen to me so much. Like, I know how crappy that feels. Just at my graduation, I was walking across stage and apparently some kids said that I make money off OnlyFans. They hear I have an online presence and apparently that has been what's been going around. And it's all funny to me at this point, but I was trying to put together a TikTok about high school and it's like hard for me to go back and look at how much I was struggling in high school. But no one knew because I just felt like everyone saw me as a super perfect, like, strong person that shouldn't have any issues. Like, I literally felt selfish for having issues, and I still kind of do. And I don't want to have any regrets about high school saying I wish I would have gone back and done this, but I literally wish I just would have been more open. Wish I would have talked to more people. I wish I would have been more open to my friends about what I was going through. Because apparently now that I don't have them, they all thought that I was being self-centered and everything is about me. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, I would go to the bathroom in school and cry so much. It's so embarrassing. And if you told me my freshman year that I would be that person, I would have just laughed in your face. But high school can hit you like a 2-ton brick, and that's just the reality of it. So if you need to talk to someone, my platform is always here. My DMs are open. Everyone in my comment section is always super supportive, so everyone be nice. So yeah, hopefully this makes sense about the story times that I will be sharing with you guys. Because yeah, the last 2 years of high school for me were very lonely and hard, and a lot of things did stem from me having this platform. I feel like there was a lot of judgment or jealousy or maybe just the wrong perception of how my life was going. But this is kind of a lonely job, and my situation will make sense more in the future when I share more stories with you guys. But for now, yeah, that was high school for me. Kind of trashy, kind of crappy. I had some good memories, but I'm gonna go hang out with my boyfriend, so hopefully you guys have a good night. Hopefully this helped anyone whose high school experience isn't going as good or wasn't as good as they thought it should be. Live it up. It's only 5% of your life, so peace out. Love you. Bye.
My prom date ditched me without telling me. So there's two main people you need to know to get this story. First, there's a guy, let's call him Ethan. And there's a girl, let's call her Claire. So me and Ethan have known each other for a long time. We were never really friends. We never knew each other that well. But we had been snapping for a long time. And recently, me and Ethan had been snapping, like, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, we were, like, snapping, right? So one Friday night, he's like, hey, like, I'm having a party tonight. You trying to come? Of course, me. Obviously, I'm going to say yes. I mean, this boy, like, Ethan, he's so attractive, guys. Like, I think he's gorgeous. I always will. He is a grade younger, though. And I'm a senior in high school, which makes him a junior. But whatever. I was like, okay, yes. Like, I'm coming. Like, I'll be there. I get a ride from my friend Maddie. We have the same name, so, like, twins. I'm rooming with her next year. She takes me to this party. Me and Ethan talk a little bit here and there, but I'm not really talking to him that much. However, he ended up giving me a ride home, and he was like, if you ever want to, like, hang out, like, text me. So the next couple days go by, he texts me, what you doing, like, want to do something tonight? I'm pretty sure we just got Chipotle. And then I ended up going back to his house,
and his family was talking to me and all this stuff, but, like, they were giving me, like, relationship vibes, and, like, guys, like, I don't want that. Like, I just got out of a relationship a couple months ago. I'm not looking for anything like that. But I was like, okay, whatever, like, it's chill. Like, I'm sure that's not what he wants either. He also got out of a relationship recently, and a lot sooner than I did. But it was fine. We had fun. We hung out again, I think 2 more times. Then, this one night, I was about to leave. He was driving me home, and he kissed me goodbye. It was a really good kiss, actually. A very good kisser. Good for him. Okay. And just to escalate things a little bit more, Take My Breath Away was playing. Like, it was like a movie scene. Like, I don't know what was going on. My arms, they're so tired. But it was like, the scene was set, okay? The scene was set, let me tell you that. The next day, this boy, Ethan, doesn't respond for a long time. Mind you, in these few couple days that we've been hanging out, we decided that we were going to prom together. We had decided that we were going to prom together. We pinky promised that we would not cancel and that we were going. Like, we were locked into prom, okay? He didn't have a date, I didn't have a date. Like, we were going to prom together. Pinky promised twice. You don't break pinky promises, like, unless you're, like, insane. You don't break a pinky promise. But whatever. Anyway, the day after the kiss, he wasn't responding the entire day. Nothing. No text. I think I was undelivered for, like, 20 hours when I finally got a response. It was dry, whatever. So, a couple days go by. We're barely snapping. I'm like, okay, like, this boy, like, where is he at? Like, what's he doing? I start to get texts from my friends. They're all like, Ethan is going to prom with Claire. Claire is a very pretty girl who goes to another school. My response obviously was, no, he's not. I'm going to prom with Ethan. I'd been going around saying that I was going to prom with Ethan. Ethan was going around saying that he was going to prom with Claire. But the only person that Ethan did not say or did not tell he was going to prom with Claire was to me. Ethan was not going to inform me that he was going to prom with another girl. Everybody else knew, except for me. Sometimes I genuinely do not understand what goes through guys' heads. And I don't think they do either. So finally I text Ethan. I say, WTF, you're going to prom with Claire? He doesn't respond for hours. The end of the day comes. I get a, yeah, but there's more than that. Like, I'm listening. So I said, okay, I'm listening. Again, a whole another night, a whole another day goes by. End of the next day, he responds. This whole paragraph about how it was just too stressful with me and he thought that I wanted a relationship, and I had to stop him right there. I do not want a relationship with a junior. I don't want a relationship with anybody, but especially not a junior. And I told him that his ego was way too high because not every girl wants him. Boys need to be humbled. Why do we not tell them this more often? Not every girl you talk to wants you. Yeah, you're cute. Yeah, you're cute. I'll give you that. You were sweet while we were talking. But that doesn't mean I want to date you. That's not what that means. I'm going to college in a couple months. And you're going to be in high school. I do not want you. But you don't cancel prom. And if you're going to cancel prom, maybe tell the girl that you're supposed to go with that you're canceling. Just a little bit of advice.